It's time. Let's go! All right, we're back for another one. Underground World News Live. Good evening. Let me first thank Steve and Steely hitting them super chats, man. Right at the gate. I appreciate it to the fullest, man. Guys, gentlemen, good evening again, ladies and gents. Geo in the house. Thank you, Deanne, Academy, E Fitz, Bones, D White, Hoodie. Now, I don't know what's going down here. Thank you, Kev Bar, for sharing the stream. Everybody that shares it, thank you. Jesus Saves in the house. Whatever. Here, right as we was going live, like Twitter would not, or X would not update it at all. It would not show my post. It would not update notifications, but like here within like the past minute or so, it like opened up. I go in there and I reshare some of the stuff like Kev Bars and D White's posts. And I'm in the dungeon, man. You've never seen somebody like me that is this censored. It's bad. Tacos is telling me today, he's like, I've never seen somebody who could sit there and hold a live stream of 1,500 people, and then every post you put out on X, it only gets a little bit of engagement, and he could put out a post and get more engagement. It's because I'm in the dungeon. I'm telling you, go find someone else that's analytics are flatlined on X. Like the follower count is flatlined. It's abnormal. It like should be a lawsuit. For real. Organic, you have people coming and going, ups and downs, up and up, not me, flatlined. And it's ridiculous. Anyhow, I could feel the suppression tonight a little heavier than other nights. Let's just put it that way. Katie, much love. And good to see everybody out there. Spiro, Darkwood, Flip Flop. I appreciate all that, guys. And I don't know what's going on. Even this stream, we were just up to a second ago, we were up to 800 people tuned in, and it just dumped it down below 600. I don't get it. We got a lot to talk about, though. If you guys got anything to get to me, dabu7@yahoo.com is the email. You can at me there in the chat. Get my attention as well. And I do appreciate all the support, super chats, PayPal, coffees, prayers. All that stuff is appreciated more than you know. And it's more than Shadow Band. It's a dungeon for lifer. That's the life of somebody that fights the real fight out here. It's not glory. It's not fame. That's for sure. Like, and all that, like Candace Owens and all these other people out there that are blasted in your feed every day, all day. They're promoted. They're pushed. If someone didn't want them there, they wouldn't be there. Just like we're not there. So someone doesn't want us there. You feel me? Been doing this long enough. I know. AI is watching. Yeah. AI is watching now. Everything. Much love, Cindy Lou, Barb in Ohio, everybody. Hope all is good. Got a lot to cover here tonight. Mr. A in the house, my brother, man. Before it's over with, man. We got a link. If I come out west, for sure, your ass got to crawl out a hole and you got to come out and see me. Interesting. You see, it's bad. All the censorship, you can feel something huge is about to happen. Like I could be talking to whoever, like we agree, like go. You can feel it, like something huge is about to go down. Thank you, Gora. And we're gonna get this show going here on this Halloween 2025. Many would say one of the devil's holidays. But it's all you know, man. Most of any of us growing up here, you grew up, kids were running around, having a good time, getting in memories, going trick-or-treating. And I know some people, they go out in the night before, cabbage night, whatever you want to call it. And they have a little fun, a little mischief as well. It's just the way that it was coming up as kids. If you want to deny it, you're lying. But it's not something that's when you get older and everything, you realize what's going on. You see how devilish a lot of these things are. It changes people's attitudes towards things. But it's not something celebrated across the whole world. You can see Canada and the United States, largely in Mexico, are celebrating on this date. And I guess, is it Germany? Spot in Germany on this date as well. By and large, not a lot, although it is a high satanic day. I would tell you that. But not the highest. Covered that in separate videos. And those days also, it depends on what's going on in the heavens. People ignoring that. Yeah, I'm going to share a clip with you here of what was going on in our White House. If you don't know today, Trump and them, I guess, handing out candy here. I'm not sure where this is at on the backside of the White House. And thank you, Kathy, for the coffees. Playing some of that. Maybe I should mute that. They're trying to pick it up copyright, even though it's not the original. Some of that, it's after midnight. Some of that Thriller. Probably the most popular music video of all time. And connected with Halloween heavily. And it was a good music video and all that, good theme and all that for what it was worth. Put together. Legendary. Thriller was. And when you get into the occult stuff, it's a whole different animal. We can do that. We can dive down those rabbit holes, but I do that like every stream, right? Like, I just know that there's goods and bads that you can take away from all these things. These days, I don't know how safe it is going out and getting candy off of strangers when fentanyl is laced on everything. It's just things that are at the top of my mind, and the whole parade of like dressing up as devils and all this other stuff and evil. It's my perspective. My kids ain't not doing it. And I don't know. At some point in this life, you have to look in the mirror. And at some point in this life, maybe you'll feel something higher watching you. I do. If you don't, I'm telling you, it's because of the way that you live. And that if you align yourself, it's like someone is watching from behind you and you knowing it. I call it knowing. And it's a gift. And if you seek it, you will find. Let's leave it there. Deep State. FBI officials leak info on Kash Patel's decision to thwart a Halloween terror plot. Apparently, and here we go, and this takes me back to Judge Napolitano on Fox News years ago. He told the millions of people watching that the FBI creates these events to thwart them so they can get credit for it. It was just one of them clips, man, that stand out. You don't get solid, hardcore truth off the mainstream all the time, hardly at all. But this was like a decade ago. Judge Napolitano, again, he just let it rip. It was like, look, these clowns, dozens of events they've created just to say, hey, we're the heroes. And that's huge, man, when you've got millions of people listening. They need to snap out of the trance and see what's going on here. So I don't know what they knew about this or not. I just know they thwarted this event. And it reminds me of, I don't know, the hundreds and hundreds of events I've covered over the years. You start to see things differently. You start to pick up on things. You just start to see repeated patterns. How some of these cats are sloppy. That's how I know when like certain events pop off and like they quickly scrub the Facebook and social media accounts, and like there's manifestos mentioned and all. It's the same old script. Trans shooter, you know what I'm saying? It's like up. Like what? It's almost predictable at this point. For real. And it goes two different ways here. they can put the spotlight like they're doing now because Trump's in there on the left on again, the trans shooters and the leftist ideology. But like we already know, the right wing extremist has been toted, thrown out there. How many times neo-Nazi, right wing extremist? Constantly. It's all they want to call everybody. Throw you in that basket. You see, but they're not doing it as much because they're the right in this left-right paradigm. Okay, but I don't know. I'm just glad people did not get hurt. It's like if they really want to, they could do anything at any time. There's no good guys out there anywhere to oversee and stop none of this. It's all corrupted. It's all full of evil. They all worship the fallen. Prove me wrong. Huh? Get your lazy ass up and do something. Huh? Prove me wrong. If you felt that was directed at you, then do something. Some people need a nice swift kicking up. But just sitting around, nothing. We should have protests in the streets over these cats protecting pedos and all this other stuff. It's crazy, man. You had people pull up in this life, this day and age, ready to lay their life on the line, and other people just act absolutely scared. Won't even show up, won't do nothing, won't back nothing, won't support nothing, afraid to touch it. Scared out of their damn minds, but they think someone's going to show up to save them. When the guys that were willing, they are afraid to touch. It's a crazy game out here. Unfortunately, I've got to report to you that another illegal alien has killed innocent Americans in another DUI hit and run. Like I said, at least once a week I report on this. Sometimes it's multiple times. And this hits home for me, as I said before as well, because my cousin was killed by one. And RIP cousin. But I see it all the time. I'm getting sick and tired of it. Getting really sick and tired of it. At some point, when somebody just gets up and goes out and does something, and like, they're gone, at least they got up, they did something. It's much more than what anyone else would do. They just did something. Sitting back while children are getting abducted and raped and pedos are passing them around and just keeping your mouth shut is pathetic. And treasonous and everything else you can think of in my book. But everybody out there wants to take the easy way out, keep their mouth shut, and hope they don't come for them. Well, these days are almost over. Police state rolling out all around us. And they've got baddies that they let in all throughout the place. You see how that works? They let them in so they have an excuse to go after them. You see? Then they can, create strike teams and snap up National Guard teams and all this other crap for all the chaos that ensues. Now, Ireland, UK, they're a lot smaller country. You can see that this has hit the fan, proverbial, in those areas, and it's bad. And you've got Elon Musk, the world's richest man, taking the social media and speaking to the people in the UK, saying, look, it's time for war. And his words are, you either defend it or you're going to die. Like it's one thing to not go seeking anything, but if they come at you, coming to kill you, you've got to defend yourself or you will cease to exist. I pray, and I'm with you in spirit. If I was there in the flesh, I'd be in the streets with you. That's for damn sure. In the UK, my brothers. Crown Jewels, all my cats over there. They're being targeted. And it's a situation where you're looking at the invaders that they brought in as the enemy. And you're looking now at the government that sold you out as the enemy. So you've got all these enemies right in front of you. I understand. It's going to take all of you. It's going to take everything. It's going to take every single person, every single house, door to door. Everything. It's going to take everything. It's going to take a plan, and it's going to take swift action is what it's going to take for my people in the UK. I wish you luck. I pray to the Most High right here in heaven, right now, to give you support and backing to cripple the enemy. But falling on deaf ears? I don't know. How many are out there willing to ride? How many, again, are just going to sit there until it's in your backyard? Here's another one. Horrific. Illegal alien beats a North Carolina man to death with a ball bat. In North Carolina, in this confrontation, like, dude, crushes this man's skull. Another completely avoidable, terrifying crime by an illegal alien that did not have to happen. Okay, but they're happening left and right. They say that the victim here, Jose Figueroa, was unconscious outside. Detectives later learned from witnesses that 51-year-old Roberto Hernandez Arreo was the party responsible for the beating. You can see him here. This piece of trash. He's going to murder somebody with a ball bat over a dispute. And these people up here entitled, thinking they can do whatever they want, go wherever they want. They find out the hard way when they roll up on private property and the wrong people. That's not the case. All right, and we've got a story also of a man that was just acquitted of murder. The link I don't have pulled up, but I've got it on my mind, and I want to mention it because this man was inside of his shop, and 3 looked like teenage or young men came in there, had him at gunpoint, started robbing the place. He got out of the building, broke loose to flee, got a gun, doubled back, and the building must have been like had some kind of must have had like an old drive-through window, because that's what it looked like. The guy came up to the drive-through window and looked inside and seen the guys in there robbing and just started dumping the clip, and he killed 2 of them, and then he ran off. And they were like, so they tried to hit him with murder, but he got acquitted for it. And I think he should have been acquitted. I got a homie, one of my buddies, man, good friend of mine, E-Town. My buddy Blue, he was in a similar position, but he went to the pen for killing someone. And was same type. He was asleep with his old lady, and dude broke in, started beating the crap out of him. He bailed out the back door. Next door neighbor was right there, like grabbed a gun off of him, went in the house to try to protect his old lady, encountered the dude again, which was her ex old man that was in prison. Blue didn't know this, and he shot him. And in defense, and the dude bailed out the front door and then collapsed in the street and bled out and died. And Blue served time for killing a man. So it's the same situation type. To me, dude's got you at gunpoint, and actually in Blue's situation, he was actually getting physically attacked. The guy that did this in the story I just told you about, he was never harmed. He was just at gunpoint, and his place was getting robbed. These people were actually getting attacked, and their home was broken into and everything else. So I don't know. It all depends on the situation, the judges, and everything else, and all this stuff. But if somebody's breaking into your stuff, messing with you, and you've got to defend yourself, then by all means, do what you got to do. Mr. A, thank you for the coffees, and I appreciate the support to the fullest, man. Much love right back to you. And Gina, thank you for the coffees. I appreciate that. So I dropped a story on monkeys. They got on the loose. And instantly, and again, this goes to the censorship thing and the attacks I'm under constantly and always have been. But like anymore, it's like every single video, like they'll come in and there's always a person with an image that has like butt cheeks. Always, as like multiple accounts, and they always give a compliment. But you can see in the image that it's butt cheeks and all this. And I know y'all see it out there. And they're relentless at doing this. They must have like 20 accounts doing it. But it's the new way that they're trying to control. It used to be nothing but pure hate, but they've switched it up a little bit. And they've got a semi-pornographic image with trying to flatter me and all this stuff. And I don't know. I dropped this story on the monkeys, and people are instantly like, they caught them all. This is an old story. This happened years ago. And like, just spewing venom. And dude, if any one of you want to come on here and just spewing venom, you're gone. Done with you. I don't care. Everyone's free to an opinion, but when you start spewing your hate and negative energy, smashing that ass. You understand? Sick of it. Sick of it. Everyone's free to their opinion. We're going to threaten people and start spewing it negative, man. Done. Anyhow, I seen it, and it was like crazy amount of comments of people just going back and forth, like just two dogs just going for each other's necks. I'm just like, man, like what is going on? And everybody, I almost had to put the damn comments on pause because of it. But people were just saying that, you know, all these different things. Come to find out, 3 monkeys are still loose. Okay, that's what they're saying. We were lied to out the gate as well. Let me update on that. They said that these monkeys had COVID. They had hepatitis C, and that was the breaking headlines. That's all you can go with when headlines break. But a good journalist or person that's going to cover the news will come back and give you any updates. The mainstream never does that. Okay? But here we go. Tulane officials have assured investigators that all of these monkeys are not infectious. That the only reason they needed to be neutralized is because of their aggressive nature. Now, is that a lie? We don't know. But all of a sudden, they're sweeping all this under the rug that these primates are pathogen. They're saying they're pathogen-free. That they all had pathogen-free checkups before they left out of there, which does not match the original story that was pushed. So, look, whether they got it or they don't, the way I'm looking at it, and this happened in Mississippi this time. Last time that took place, it was in Pennsylvania, if I recall right. And there may have even been another event well before then. The story's changed so much. I'm just keeping you updated, man. If you see the monkey running around Mississippi, anywhere out there, like, do not pick this thing up or mess with them because you just don't know. They said right there, 3 monkeys made their getaway. At first, it was 1. That's all I was reporting. They said they caught all of them but 1. Is what the initial reports were, but then that changed to where, because they said they killed them all. They neutralized or killed them all. Well, then how the 2 more spring back to life? Like, I just telling you. That's the word. And the FBI has arrested an active duty U.S. Marine for allegedly kidnapping a 12-year-old girl that he met on TikTok. Let me tell you right now, he's lucky a father didn't catch him before they did. Oh. Anyhow, they got this piece of work. This William Roy, this pedo, caught him, busting him at the park in Chicago. He left Camp Lejeune, North Carolina, and flew to Chicago. And of course, set up. The perv can't go for someone his own age. I don't get it. I never will understand the mind of a pedo or anyone like that. So they've got a place waiting for them. All right. Now, with those updates out of the way, let me dive into some space updates. This is where things are really getting interesting, man. Look, I've kept it real this whole time with everything. Like, I give you all the raw data. I let you guys do your discernment on it and choose. And I mean, that's all you can do with anything. And we've stuck to hard data this whole time. Hard data. the entire time. Yes, people like Avi Loeb here. Immediately, he said it could be some kind of mothership. And of course, people want to make fun of that out there. They got small minds. And like news reporters, like conspiracy theorists out there saying it could be a UFO mothership, acting like it's not a possibility at all. That's how they always act about stuff like that. And it's pathetic. But Loeb has just mentioned the factual stuff this whole time, and it's pointed to it being not like a normal comet, and it could be a mothership. He never said that it was, but everything from, again, the 0.06% chance that it dropped down out of space onto our flat plane and leveled out and decided to come cruising right on in through by the sun. And then it was the fastest, largest thing we've ever seen from interstellar space. It has this internal light source glowing. It didn't have a tail, but then it did have a tail. And then the tail was going the wrong way, and then the tail's flipped. It's got a industrial level of nickel being picked up with not the level that you see in a normal comet. So all these anomalies right there just set it apart from a comet. If it's not a comet, or if it's not a mothership, let's just say, well, it's not a comet neither in my book. There has to be a new classification for this thing. Give it a new name or something. Its composition is different. It's not like any old chunk of ice and rock that comes passing through here, diving into the sun, or like Swan, like Pan-STARRS, like all the other ones that are flying around out there. It looks nothing like them. Okay, this thing's different. And massive cover-up going on with it. The government shut down as soon as this thing got outside of Mars. Right when they started collecting, and they kept collecting, believe that, all the images, the highest resolution images out there were caught there, and they're sitting on them. Why have they not been released? Because the government shut down. And by the time this government opens back up, this thing's going to be heading out of the vicinity. Just like Oumuamua, and it was at that point it lifted up off. Oumuamua did. Changed course for real. Then they started being like, oh crap, this thing. Then they started talking, right? Then they started giving out all these details. Well, like, we're not waiting for that. Like, it's happening now, okay? They said on the 29th of October, this thing would be at perihelion with the sun. And that from that point on, they would know if it behaved like a comet or not. And I'm here to tell you today that Mr. Avi Loeb out of Harvard is officially saying they're covering this up because of what I put out in the video today. This thing has changed course. It has changed course from a non-gravitational influence I don't know what they're about to do. I don't know what's about to happen. I think it could just push on up out of here. Okay, but like something's definitely up with this thing. It's definitely interesting. The most interesting thing we've ever seen in our time coming through the area. To ignore it would be stupid. I don't know what's going to happen from here. How they're going to spin this, which way it's going to go. But here in the coming weeks, let's say once the government opens back up, they will have to start producing imagery. And we should get at that point the clearest, craziest images ever. And not only from them, but like you're going to continue to see new images pop up. Not everyone's got a solar lens for their telescope like Dobsonian. And much love, shout out to Dobsonian again. Tiago over there was watching him today. He does great work. He's over there live streaming, tracking it with his telescope, like on the daily. If you guys don't know, like they can have all their stuff staying hit, but there are real deal people out here on the daily doing this, watching this object, tracking it, and then sharing their imagery. He's already done so. And That's where we got some of the wild imagery from, was from him and his work. And if you guys know out there that's doing that, let me know, dabu7@yahoo.com. I like to follow these guys, compare their imagery, see what they're getting. These are normal people, normal guys with the stuff set up at their house that are not connected to NASA, that don't have any kind of agenda to push, and that are right there live, like Dobsonian. There isn't no faking nothing. Like, he knew exactly what the telescope's picking up. And it's pretty awesome. He gave me some love also, man, which I appreciated. That was cool. But the accusation is now out there. So this is what they're saying. This thing has moved from the gravitational pull of the sun somehow that they can't explain. It's changed course. And it's moved to the side. Is how they explain it. Avi says, like, one of two things are happening here. One, this is under some kind of intelligence, obviously. Or two, if you still want to say that it's outgassing, then it would have to be a huge plume. And they would be recording this right now, is what he's saying. And they'll produce these images whenever they drop the trove in the coming weeks. And whenever this happens, we're going to be able to look and see all the data. And it's going to show, like, what was it emitting? Because it only has like 4% water. So as he just went on Joe Rogan and was saying, like, look, this thing just exploded in brightness. Okay, normally from a comet, that's the ice and the dust particles and everything around it. Okay, so that you know. And check this out. It's turned bluer than the inner parts of the sun, is what Avi says. I know you look at the sun and you're like, the sun's not blue, but at its hottest points, zoomed in, it is. I know the yellow or white and everything overrides that. Just like a lighter. The yellow overrides that. A little bit of blue that's hidden in there. If you're looking at it from a different angle, you're just not going to see it, but it's there. And not only is it there, the blue is the hottest part of the flame. Okay? And producing and kicking off the most energy. Now, this is the craziest part. Normally, when comets come around the sun, all the dust gives most of them a redder hue. This is just the facts, Jack. Gives them a redder hue. Okay? This thing's blue. The exact opposite. And immediately, when he came out and started talking of all this blue stuff yesterday and today, my first thought was the blue star Kachina. Because this thing's a Kachina. Like, this thing is not a comet, it's not an asteroid, it's different. This is different. We've never seen nothing like this, unless something crazier is coming behind it. That's going to be blue as well, which makes sense, because they're saying that anything that would be intelligent in nature, or like have some kind of production to it, it's going to burn even the exhaust off of an engine. It would all burn blue. Okay? All these data points are key. They're all key. This thing's not a comet in my book, and we'll see. I don't know what's going to happen from here. It's going to become clear, and we should be able to see it. If it's brighter in the sky and moving away from the glare of the sun, next couple weeks are going to be interesting, man. Yeah, man. And don't forget, we've got 11/11 coming up in that window. 4 bodies in retrograde. Anything can happen. I would play that clip. That's a Joe Rogan clip, so I want to skip it. You can see here, it shows the first ever non-gravitational motion. Okay? So everyone knows this is real deal. This is what's happening. And when it comes to the Kachina, if you don't know, um, when it comes to the Hopi prophecy and Hopi mythology, the blue star Kachina is Kachina, or a spirit that will signify the coming of the beginning of the new world by appearing in the form of a blue star. Interesting. The blue star Kachina is said to be the ninth and final sign before the day of purification, described as an apocalypse or a world engulfing cataclysm that will lead to the destruction of the world. This is according to Hopi legend. Okay, so blue star Kachina in the skies. Well, I don't know what you call this thing, but it's blue. And I guess only time will tell from here. All we can do is stick with the facts and all the stuff and keep reporting them, okay? Never once have I sat out here in any stream saying, this is the alien mothership and they're invading the planet after this and they're coming in to kill us all. No. Although they may play that card, they may say that. And if they do, it tells me it's the good guys. If they play the card that anything is coming to attack us, it's the good guys. The bad guys are locked here. This is a prison. If you haven't learned that, you know where you been, what you've been doing with your time. But this is a prison. We're all locked in. The fallen are here. They were put here to watch over us. They are a different species. They crossbred with our women. They had giants called the Nephilim, and I tweeted out some huge swords that were discovered in like Norway or something. They go back to the 14th century. Huge. People are like, who was swinging that? Like, well, the giants, of course. And then you might want to check out some of the guys I also kick out that go and do these digs where 7-footers have been found all over the place in all these different places. And the giants are real, man. All that stuff's of the most interesting to me at this point. But to say the hell with all this news crap, let's just disappear and just start going doing ancient stuff. I wish I could do that. Wish I had the means to do that. Because the Indiana Jones and me would come out. I would go into these dangerous territories because somebody has to get answers with the right technology. Or you're just never going to know. I'd rather die trying than just sit around doing nothing, dude. Again, I feel like something higher's watching. Thank you, Will. You know, anything's possible. Will, with that, I was just reading a comment. I don't know. You know, if they're projecting it like that, then they're projecting everything. Then where's the projector? Where's it at? How come nothing ever crossed its path and screwed anything up? Where's the big projector? Everyone's always got all these. And look, I'm all about having an open mind to all these things. But like, there has to be some kind of solidness to go with it. You know, like you're saying they're projecting all the stuff. Well, not you, but like say someone's saying they're projecting all of it. Like, where's the projector? Start there. Start by explaining that. How is it projecting? And from where? Again, I'm listening, but you can never do it. You can never even begin to point where. Or in the conversation, it falls apart, just like it always does. Explain an equator on a flat square. How does that work? Go ahead. I'm listening. I'm all ears. When you've got scientific data and proof on some things to come and back some things up, I'm here. But like for other things, man, that are just like just far-fetched rabbit holes that I think are meant to sow confusion. And I really think that, I mean, if I can't definitively prove something one way or another, do I want to sit here all day arguing over it? No, I'm pushing on. Like, y'all can sit here and stay in a bubble and keep arguing. I'm pushing on. Like, you should be smarter than that. That's the psyop part of it. Of course, we're lied to about everything, and this place isn't what it seems. But psyops are doing some damage out there. That's for damn sure. Just wait till I get to one here in a second. Where to go deep on this? Take it to the moon. I gotta throw out there first, SpaceX could win a contract to build 600 satellites for the Golden Dome. What's the Golden Dome? Golden Dome is what is going to protect America, almost like the Iron Dome over Israel. The Golden Dome is going to be a series of strategic missiles they're going to have set up on the ground and in space to shoot down anything that comes our way. Now, if you get something over America, if somebody launches and gets it like right above us and they detonate it, you know what that's going to do, right? It's going to cause an EMP. Just them stopping an incoming bomb at the 18, 30,000 feet, somewhere around that range, EMP all day long. And it's the perfect setup for it. You'd be striking it right at the perfect zone. And there's nothing stopping that electromagnetic wave from spreading out and going anywhere. No, they are just using missiles to hit another missile that's going to blow. And that pulse is all that counts. And when your target was to never hit a city anyway, it was to blow up in the air anyway. Like you've got to intercept it like out over the ocean, man. You can't let it get out over top of us, but that's exactly what they're about to do. Do you hear me? Exactly what they're about to do. And SpaceX is going to get it. Oh yeah, and back to all the theory thing. If this place, if satellites don't exist, see, this is where things just go. Everyone's like, in this, I don't know, you call it the flat Earth realm or what, but some people are like, satellites don't even exist. Like, it's all fake. Everything's fiber optic everywhere. And I'm like, you're so full of crap. You're so full of crap. You're so full of it right there. The satellites are real. The ISS is real. I can go out at night and I can track it on a website and I can look up in the sky and I can see it going across the sky. Now, is there a projector somewhere doing that for little old Dabu 7 down here? Huh? Is there a guy standing off in the mountains down there with a laser beam trying to fool me? Pathetic. Oh, it's all fiber optic. Oh, yeah, out in the middle of nowhere. You don't even get a cell phone signal, huh? It's all fiber optic. See, this is where you don't hold no water and you're laughed at. You come with some real solid stuff, I'm listening. Like, I don't believe that we're traveling through space at 93 million miles an hour, whatever it is, chasing the sun. How can we? Stop and think about this for a second. How can we? Possibly. The constellations would always change. Stop and think for 1 second. Think about it. The graphic that they show, the sun's supposed to be flying through space and all the planets are swirling, like chasing it. That's the official narrative. That's what they say. Partner. Don't fly. No way. All the constellations would change constantly because we would be in motion. Not the exact same for thousands of years. We ain't going nowhere. How can you lock onto the North Star and everything rotates around it? Always. That wouldn't be a thing. You wouldn't be able to do it if we were flying through space. Yeah, you're lied to. Just as bad as the moon landing, huh? You know what's crazy? It's Kim Kardashian, of all people, is out here claiming the moon landing was fake. And, you know, it takes what, a Kardashian to say it? And what is she citing? She's citing legit stuff, I will say. As much as I clown her, she's actually, in the clip, she's saying legit stuff. That's the shocking thing and sad thing. It doesn't mean you should go trust her and have your kids worshiping her. No. Every now and then they are capable of speaking some truths, and it was her conspiracies. And thank you, Steve. Yeah, they had a projector 1,000 years ago. Same Scott. Yeah, I don't get it. And where's the projector? Again, I'm listening. Dabu7 at yahoo.com. If you've got something with some substance. Okay? Okay? And thank you for the new monthly supporter who bought me a coffee. All right, I agree, Kim. And yeah, I gotta say, it's not that I'm agreeing with her. She's finally agreeing with us. Okay, because we've been saying this forever. The moon is a different animal. I believe it is a technological masterpiece. Called a ship. It's pretty much what it is. It's the only object in the entire solar system that doesn't spin. Although they'll lie to you and tell you it spins, but it doesn't look like it spins because the spin is timed with all this other garbage. Garbage. It's locked into a perfect position to where the eclipse is possible and everything else, and intelligence put it there. There's actually writings of ancient civilizations of a time before the moon, which are very interesting. If you do some real digging on ancient stuff, into where it was towed into place and put into motion, a time when the water was flat and calm before there was ebb and a tide. So this moon was pulled in, obviously, to create a tidal ebb and flow. It affects this planet big time. It's obviously it's there for a reason. It's doing something. But I say this all the time. I believe it's hollow. I believe the Earth is hollow, and I believe they're hollow because science and the ancients have kind of proven this to me. Like the Hopi prophecy, they went inside the planet and all this other stuff, and I go on and on about the inner Earth chambers, which many of you already know about. With the moon, as I've said before, it's hollow too. We've hit it with instruments, or we've hit it with probes, and the whole world listened. It's not something that they could fake because the whole world could listen. And it rang like a bell, meaning it's hollow. Okay? That is what I'm talking about, substance. That's what I'm talking about. Evidence, proof, something to go with. I don't say these things. I have a reason. Okay? And I try to base it all on as factual as possible. But she did the same thing here. She starts sending this girl all these clips. I can't even play it. Well, it's TMZ. She starts sending these clips of Buzz Aldrin, where a little girl asked him, like, I'm going to have to chop it up.
Has nobody been to the moon in such a long time?
And he laughs. And she asks this question. He laughs. He goes, that's not an 8-year-old's question. Basically insinuating like an adult put her up to saying it. He goes, but that's my question. And he goes on to say that it's because we never did. He said it. Let's see if I can catch it.
But I think I know. Because we didn't go there. And
did you hear that? Because we didn't go there. He said this in more than one interview. How is the guy that was supposed to be connected to all this stuff, which is a master mason, going to say these things? Right? This is what you need to know, man. We don't just say, I don't just say, oh, I think they faked the moon landing for nothing. No, you got the guy, one of the main guys responsible. It's decked people on camera over questions like this. He ain't decking no little girl. He was forced to have to give some kind of answer here. And you've seen what it was. He gave the truth, man. He gave the truth. I salute him on that. They can never take that back. He can apologize and say this and that afterwards. He'll never do it. He's done it many times. He's dropped more. He's dropped more than many of any other. Love him or hate him, he has. You bring me someone else that's dropping more that was supposed to have been on one of these missions. Stanley Kubrick, happy camper. I cannot believe you just brought that up. I just watched the whole thing on Stanley Kubrick and him getting murdered. It's because he exposed them. And the film that he put out, 24 minutes cut out that nobody's seen, that was all filmed in the Rothschild mansion and all this. Oh, boy, dude. They got him. Like, that one slipped past my radar for some years, man. I always heard stuff and seen documentaries about Kubrick, but I ain't seen it. I had not seen it like that. Like, they got him. They got him, man. And he was in it. Stanley, he was in the club. He showed too much. He showed their pedophilic ways and their ceremonies. Is what he did. Yep. Crazy, man. I'm not a huge movie guy. I've heard of several of these, but I haven't seen them all. And maybe when I was like way younger, I don't even like The Shining. I don't even remember. You say that was about the moon? I don't even remember anything about it. I have to go back and watch it. I'm not the movie guy. I'm surprised they have Epstein in me. Yeah. That was my first thoughts when I was sitting here saying that like a couple months ago. That was my first thoughts in the back of my mind. Like, yeah. But some things have got to be put out. Yeah, A Clockwork Orange was another intense one by Kubrick. That was leading up to his final piece. Like, man, they've murdered everybody. I tell you this all the time. The Beast kills them all. They kill them all, man. Look at all the people that have been murdered, man. It's usually always the Beast that does it. Who is the Beast? The corrupt satanic alphabet gangs out here. And look, man, I'm all for the quest to answers. Like with the moon here, this is why I wanted to get and I filmed the moon before through the telescope. That's why I wanted to get a new one or a better one. And thank you again, Steve, for the setup. I'm looking to try to get it all set up, and get a clear opening, to where I can lock onto the moon. And at some point down the road, it's on the list though. We gotta have a big setup to track these things, man. To track these objects, like just like Dobsonian's doing over there, where you actually got a telescope that can track these objects, move with them in the sky. Because I'll tell you, from operating a telescope, that's probably one of the hardest things. Is like I can spend all this time and lock in to the moon to try to show you guys it, but then like within like 30 seconds, it's shifted out of the frame because it's constantly moving. When you get one of these, I don't know what apparatus it is that does it, but something helps. It tracks the moon or the object for you. It moves the telescope for you. And that's critical when you're trying to track something for hours and get in on it into, you can't keep trying. My problem was I was always trying to go down and adjust the knobs every 5-10 seconds. It just kept screwing the view up and everything. Kim, thank you for the coffee. All I'm saying is like, we should have been to the moon and like, remember this though, a common sense thing. If they ever announce a launch and a mission to the moon, okay, anybody, and especially if I can do it, anybody out there with the telescope should be able to go down to like Florida when they launch it, watch the launch. Everyone will be able to see it. You can have your own camera, film it until you can't see the thing in the sky no more. Like get your telescopes on it. And matter of fact, don't never let your telescope off of it. Film it. You should be able to film it all the way to the moon. And if for some reason, then Houston, we got problems. You should be able to lock in right after launch to this object leaving Earth and follow it with your telescope with the tracker on it and just let it run. and follow it all the way to the freaking moon. And if you can't, we got a problem. You see how simple that is? Again, if I had the money, I'd be launching weather balloons and all this other stuff up way up into subspace with cameras, trying to get some answers, man. Don't forget, they just launched a planetary defense thing where they're observing 3i Atlas. They have never done this before. It's the first time in history they've ever done this. Planetary defense has come together and they're observing this object. Now, look at this. This is a link that I seen Tiago covering today, and it's very interesting. It talks about the framework for a UAP on a planetary scale and SETI engagement. They are talking about here basically contact, man, in the framework of everything. It's crazy. Like, I'm telling you, we're on the cusp of it. Remember, 21st of November, they're dropping the documentary Disclosure. And I'm telling you, it is for that. It is for global disclosure. That is what it is for. It's the closest you're ever going to get to it, and it will be that. I don't think they're not going to bring it. I don't think they're going to bring an alien on the camera. But yeah, they are. Because I'm going to tell you that they've been around you this whole time. Terrors. They've been mixed in amongst us this entire time. This is what Jesus is coming to separate. The wheat from the tare. And I can't wait. And all these lizards, or whatever you want to call them, that are around us, controlling the top, faking. Yeah. They're here. I took the fallen are here. Okay? You see, this takes me back to Satan. When God made Adam in clay, he laid him out to dry. And this comes from the books that were stripped from your Bible. And Satan got pissed. And he went up and he kicked it. Kicked it. And he was pissed. Because God said they would all bow to his new creation. To Adam. And he refused. And he says, how dare you make me bow down to a lesser being, one made of clay, when I am made of fire. God didn't care. He said, you're a stubborn son of a bitch. Fall back. And this is why they are here locked. They've rebelled. They didn't want to bow down to us. They didn't want to appreciate God's new creation. They defiled it. And then they wiped this place out because of it. And you know it. They're still here. They're still here. It's of this blood this Antichrist will rise. And thank you, John Boy. I appreciate that comment. Hey, may God bless us all. And thank you, James, for the coffee as well. Shout out from Cornwall, UK. Much love. I pray for you guys. I really do. The big show's on the doorstep, guys. We're on the doorstep. That's all I could say. We're on the doorstep of the big show. TNF, man. We're going to get it in. We're going to meet here one of these days. Steve, thank you so much for gifting the memberships. And again, TNF for the super chat. You guys, always the same handful. You guys always support. Now, I can't tell you how much I appreciate it. The stage is set, though. I don't want to. That's a lot of stuff. You know, first hour right there. And I'm going to start ripping through some of this other stuff here, starting with some of the economic stuff. And taking it full circle, it all comes right back around to the same stuff these days, you see. The evils running this, and they worship the fallen, right? Long story short, some of us have figured this out. And yes, your power is in the Holy Spirit, not in casting circles and communicating with the jinn. You call your powers in the Holy Spirit. There's your power. Right? There's power in the name of Jesus. In the name of Yeshua. Right? This is why it runs evil spirits out of bodies. Do you understand? There's power. Use it. Okay? So Senate votes to terminate all of Trump's global tariffs. And of course, they're attacking what they call the rhinos that turned against him. And it's all Rand Paul or somebody from Kentucky's always in there that they're cussing and he hates. But these tariffs were affecting everybody. It was decimating people. It was decimating everything. And people are paying high prices for everything. And you know it. I hear it all the time. People are finally seeing it. So they wanted to stop this madness. And I appreciate that, James Batten. He strikes up a deal with China. And it's like, well, why? Like, he was trying to play hardball and all this stuff with China. Like, what's different about right now? Well, I tell you what's different. I just told you. Senate just voted. Like, they're going the other way with this. And, like, he has to have, like, somewhat of a consensus out there on these things. He's not a king. He doesn't say whatever, what he wants and everything goes. Like, we have a Congress and all that here. We have to at least act like it means something. So he works out a deal mysteriously out of nowhere with Xi Jinping. Same Xi Jinping sending record amounts of fentanyl in here, killing all of our people. Piece of shit. Yet Trump's out there rubbing elbows with him and, treating him just like Bill Gates. Should be treating him like trying to put him in jail for crimes against humanity and all this other stuff, but no. Much love, comrade. Much love. So soybeans. This is good news for farmers. I will say this. To an extent, we'll see where this goes and if it actually comes through. If we've got farmers saying, we can finally sell our soybeans back to China now for the regular price and we can make a little bit of profit. That's his whole flex here was to try to get as many businesses and companies to scare them into bringing their production back to America, which it worked on a few. But then, like, when it stopped, once it was done, it was done. Like, it only worked for so long. So now the U.S. is just tightening a ban on Chinese tech gear, which doesn't make sense. You should be banning Israeli gear. They're on film bragging about being able to blow up all devices, all phones. And then Netanyahu is in another clip saying, everyone of you out there have a piece of Israel in your pocket. You have a cell phone. You have a cell phone. Oh, that sounds like it's a threat. That sounds like a threat to everybody, the whole world. After the ex-Mossad just came out and said that you have explosive material in all countries, in all devices. I'll play the clip. Matter of fact, here in just a minute. Matter of fact, let me just go get it. Because I'm sick of this. I'm sick of this. Like, this place isn't America. Like, you've got freaking Mossad inside the Pentagon barking orders, telling them what to do. And all these black hat goons, like, overwhelming the Oval Office with Trump and all this, with their cubes on their head and all this crap. I'm sick of it. Like, it's sold out. MACA won't say nothing. They won't say nothing. They won't say nothing. How can they? Frivolous. Cowards. Cowards is what they are. Got a pedo in chief right there, and you won't even call him out on it. I'll have salutes for anyone that does. Any cowards that want to sit there, screw you. Sick of you. You're the reason we're in this position to begin with. All you people are cowards. Don't want to do nothing. Again, you've had people out here that were ready to ride and take to the streets and die doing it. But like nobody showed up. No cavalry, no one. Like, it's crazy. Oh well. Oh well. Everybody's on their own. That's all I can say. Everybody on their own. Nobody wants to try to do anything. Let me just scroll on down here and find the Mossad piece because it's the best piece. There's those big swords I was telling you about right there. Yeah, humans were swinging them. I don't think so. And be a small-minded fool that believes the humans that control you, that they were just art pieces. They were never wielded for war or nothing. Like, just shut up. Just go in the corner and believe that then. Like, leave this channel. I get sick of the small-minded people, man. You got mounds, giants being dug up in them and everything else, and like they still don't believe. The giants are a conspiracy. No. You're the conspiracy. I'm about to send some of these chickens after you. I think that's funny. The chickens running around with guns like they look so funny. I gotta get my laughs in somehow when this world's so satanic. All right, I'm still scrolling. Still scrolling. Here, hold on a second. It looks like I tweeted out a lot since then. It don't tell me this is gonna be one of them things that and I told you, look at that image. Ancient stuff is hitting all over. Look at that, Spiro. Look at the bottom, look at the bottom of that lake. Look at these ancient lines and drawings. They're like, ain't nobody messed with or excavated or done nothing because Kane's been covered in water forever. Like ancient stuff hidden everywhere. Yeah, giants ain't real. It's about what Gilgamesh stood, holding a full-size lion in his arm. That's right, full-size lion. Yeah, giants don't exist, huh? Yeah, and some of these ancient places sure look like ancient buildings that got liquefied. Turn to stone, they sure do. Just got to point that out. Where are you at here? Oh, yeah. There's the guys that run it all. Right there. The Saturn warship and the Black Cube and, all that. If you're not following me on X, you need to. Yeah. And did you know that Candace Owens was sponsored by Larry Ellison? Need to wake up, man. Chills out here. Oh, look at those twin tree stumps. Don't they look like Devil's Tower, Spiro? Huh? Don't they? Both up. Wonder what's inside. Oh man, there's so much out there. Oh, here's the Stanley Kubrick piece. Died just 4 days after presenting the Warner Brothers this whole piece, in which they got in a huge fight. You need to check out my X feed. It's got a ton of stuff that I can't play here on YouTube. What's this? That's what I was telling you.
And our weapon systems we share with the United States. We're tremendously appreciative of the bipartisan support in military matters to Israel in previous years.
Listen.
And today as well.
Listen.
But do you have cell phones? Any? You have cell phones here? No? You're holding a piece of Israel right there. You know that? I mean, a lot of the cell phones, the medicines, the foods, you eat cherry tomatoes. You know where that was made?
Cherry tomatoes. He's saying made in Israel. He goes, anybody got a phone in here? Anybody got a phone? You're holding a piece of Israel. Dude, that is a threat. These guys use their electronics to blow people's heads off and legs off. If you guys forgot, They did it openly, brazenly. These are global terrorists. Here it is. Here it is. These are global terrorists, man. Listen.
Surprises.
Yeah.
You
Listen.
mean intelligence surprises?
Pages. Did you see any surprises in Gaza?
Surprises?
Yeah.
You
Like
mean intelligence surprises?
pages, walkie-talkies. Do you know how many treated equipment do we have in these countries?
Mm.
You don't. I do.
You mean
I do.
You mean booby-trapped equipment
Not only booby-trapped,
and spying?
manipulated equipment. All right?
In which countries you're talking about?
All the countries that you can imagine.
And not Gaza?
Not Gaza. Not
Nothing in
enough.
Gaza at all.
Did you see that? If we had it, I mean, we knew something about them coming. Something, right? I would have sold them everything. Just everything. I mean, you can't imagine the quantity when I have invented that method. That was in 2002 to 2004.
The former Mossad chief invented the method of booby-trapping electronics around the world between 2002 and 2004. He should be in a jail cell in The Hague. But he's on an island sipping margaritas. Because you live on a planet full of demons with no oversight. That man just admitted. You remember the day in the future when everything starts blowing up again. And you wonder how it happened. You never have to wonder if a pager can blow up, a cell phone, a TV, a computer, an iPad, anything. Every single thing that you could think of was blowing up here recently. And we knew it. At first they did not want to admit it, but we knew it was Israel because it happened in Lebanon. We knew they targeted them. They didn't come out claiming it immediately. They just sat there and said nothing. And then after some time went by, I mean, they're so brazen, it just came out. And they even, dude, everything I just told you, what kind of message, what kind of symbolism does it mean when Benjamin Netanyahu turns around and gifts Donald Trump a golden pager? Huh? What is that telling you? Is that an open death threat? After they blew people up with the pager, he gives him a golden pager? Dude, that is a gangster death threat to your face in front of the world, if you ask me. Dude, this is it. You wonder where the highest echelon of criminals sit? You already know. Craziness, man. So I got a ton of stuff on the feed again here. That was unless I got to come back to it. That was me showing you what was up there. Again, the Stanley Kubrick clips and everything else up there. Make sure to follow me on X. Exclusive stuff there. We are drifting toward what they call a 2G world. I'm not talking like 5G and like electronics. I'm talking about a world order. Also called or referred to as a multipolar world order, where we're not the big dog, the almighty, no more. They keep repeating this and talking about the economy. And it's like the reset is going to be here any time. They say that when this whole thing goes down, I feel like a global economic crisis is about to happen. And like from the ashes out of it, it's going to be the U.S. is one polar side and the China. Like, I don't know. Maybe they're about to play out war here to a degree. Once the dust settles, I don't even know if you have to. I mean, we're already there, aren't we? We already know that China is on the other end of the stick and the US is on the other here on this world stage. What it signifies to me more than anything is the removal of the dollar as the world's reserve currency status. And there's going to be big implications with gold and all that. I don't see how it's not affected. And look at this. You can see that Trump signs a big deal with China. And Xi Jinping calls him the peace president. So that's where we're at with China right now. You know, it's flip-flop on all this stuff all the time. Some of these smaller stories I'm going to cut through because time's flying already. Rising electricity prices are going to make the winter more costly for a ton of people. What they're saying here. Look, man, I hope you have a mild one. That's all you can hope for at this point. The electric bills have been crazy. I try to tell people go off grid, try to get solar panels to help mitigate the damage, get a backup system. I don't know, man. This is going to get worse. The electricity, everything is going to get worse. I mean, it's just the way it's going. I hate to even say that. But if you want to be real about it and speak the truth, I mean, yeah, man, this is it's not looking good. I mentioned Vegas before. Let's go back to Vegas here real quick because Vegas is hurting. Look at this. The slowdown deepens. Gamblers are rejecting what they are now calling an unaffordable Sin City. Now, this is crazy. You know, it used to be known for cheap hotels, cheap drinks, cheap everything so that you come in there and you spend your money. Well, like, they've tightened the noose on this so bad. Look at this. Just going there on a night out to have some beers and something to eat. I don't even think they didn't even put food into this. This is why Vegas tourism is down. American shows prices for food and drinks by the Vegas pool. A bucket of 24 beers, a case of beer, whatever, $290. 24 high noon seltzers. I'm guessing that's a beer too. I don't drink. That's $300 as well. Basic cocktails like Bloody Mary, $40. 12 shots, $190. Now, I don't drink the beers or anything like that, so I'm not familiar with anything. If I was ever in my days to ever really have any kind of drink, I always have, you know, cocktail or mixed drink or something. Suit me. I don't even have that anymore. This is crazy.
Here we go. If you want a bucket of Coors Light, 24 Coors Light's gonna run you $290.99. Let's keep going here. You want Topo Chico 24 cans, $290. It's all $290.99 for any type of. Oh, they upcharge you on the high noon. High noon's gonna run you $3.
So you can see right there, man. Just they say that the Las Vegas trend remains lackluster. Visitation down, hotel metrics down, gaming revenue in decline. Although they're saying that despite falling visitation, gambling trend increased 11% year over year. And that suggests that the operators are attracting higher spenders, gaming focused visitors over just general leisure. People just there to like check the place out, travel, and stuff like that. So, I mean, when I was in Vegas, I mean, it doesn't matter what hotel you're in. Like, there's a lobby, and there's games, there's casino games, like all over the place. There's slots everywhere. Doesn't matter. Like, you're just trying to check in, they're all over around you. Vegas is a different animal. I like Vegas for its uniqueness. It is a beautiful city out in the desert. And I like how it has the structure is different. Like you've got the pyramid, New York looks like a little New York. Like all these different hotels have different themes, and it's cool like that. It's I like that. It's cool in that sense. But like economically and like for jobs or anything else, I mean, it's hurting. And I talked about the water issues, and that they're expecting this place to really be hurting by next spring. So I just keep telling you these stories about Vegas. They're saying by spring in 2026, it's not going to be good. In the unaffordable Sin City, Trump's America. Los Angeles dethroned Chicago as the rattiest U.S. city. Just saying, just throwing it out there. LA takes the throne. How could they not with the monstrous, huge, druggy encampments? There's homeless encampments, and then there's druggy encampments. And like, what I mean by that is like, we've seen a ton of homeless encampments out there where people are straight. They're just people that are still even working, living out of their cars. They're, for working full-time jobs, just homeless. And they stay in their own little communities, wherever. But then you've got the downtown, usually homeless crew that are heavy on drugs, folded over like lawn chairs. And you've seen it time and time again. So there's different levels of homeless out there. And I don't know, this place is hurting. We're hurting bad. Angry Texan says, send a quick reaction force on me. Now, bro, I'm with you, man. I'm with you, man. They're gonna try to Waco everybody. Again, I'm gonna skip to some of these and get to the more important ones. Let me get to the SNAP issue, the food banks. Let's just dive into this because this is where a lot of potential chaos could stem from. Food bank director here saying for every meal that a food bank provides, the SNAP program provides 9. There's no way we can meet that gap. Do you hear that? There's no way. It's like a setup. Especially before Thanksgiving. Like,
how long is this sustainable?
Wow. It's not. It won't be from the first day. For every meal that a food bank provides, the SNAP program provides 9. There's no way we can meet that gap. There's no way we can replace every single one of those meals. It is not sustainable for food banks to fill this gap. We were not built to do this. We will stand out there and we will do our very best.
This is crazy. Some people are ignoring it because they're like, oh, I don't live in Los Angeles. I don't live in Chicago. I ain't never had to worry about it around here. Well, did you stop to think about how many people are undercover on SNAP around you? Because let me tell you. More of your friends and your family and people around you are on it than you know. And when they're getting this taken from them, it is crippling. And some of you know this. Some of you are feeling this. Okay, food banks are overwhelmed. Not they will be. I put the video out today. They already are. Especially around DC in the federal areas. You've got soldiers that were in line at the food bank. And they were supposed to, they got a $130 million donation from someone that helped to pay the troops. But that still did not, they needed like $1 billion, something. Like, it wasn't nowhere near what it was supposed to be. Then, now, here in a matter of hours, it's all going to begin, right? On the 1st, basically. Really on Monday morning, as I see it, but it's the 1st. It's not going to be there. SNAP's not going to be there. Per se. Let me get to these headlines. Let me get through all these headlines. Okay? Because we got a lot going on here. What could or could not. You see all these cars lined up and all this stuff, those are people in cars waiting to get to the food bank. Okay. A ton of these people in these clips here are feds.
We are likely going to run out of food before you get to the front of the line. So this is our pantry network. Additional places to access food will be back next week. I'm so sorry.
All right.
Are you kidding me? You've waited for hours to get food at the food bank, and then you get this woman popping up at you. We're out. Sorry. Peace. Dude, I'm telling you, like, everybody sits back, does nothing. You better prepare for something. Like, okay, you're going to get out of the grocery store tomorrow. Like, beat some of these clowns. Because they're going to be doing it. They're already doing it. I got you guys, some of you sending me emails and stories of what's happened at your local grocery stores already. People getting clotheslined, stopped at the front door, fights breaking out, law enforcement. Some places have security. Other places, the people have broken loose and just are getting out, just getting away with it. Other people are stealing people's stuff in the parking lot. They're running up on people and stealing everything out of the car, just throwing it in the car like a drive-by robbery, and and taking off. Like, the food bank's not designed to handle this. Look at these lines. You think it's about to begin? I told you, it's already begun. Look at these lines, man. Look at this. It's about to. It's already begun. Look at this. Like, man. But here we go. Oh, snap. Here this evening, judges order Trump to use emergency funds for food assistance. This is a big one. So 2 judges have stepped in over the federal government suspension of food aid benefits for tens of millions of Americans set to end at midnight amid the shutdown. So John McConnell of Rhode Island announced that he would order the U.S. Department of Agriculture to distribute a pool of contingency funds as soon as possible. Because remember, before they said they could not use them. Minutes before this, Boston U.S. District Judge Indira Talwani ruled that the U.S. government must announce by November 3rd whether they would offer partial funding for the program, usually around $6 billion in contingency funds. If so, when will they do it? So they get them by Monday, which still means that tomorrow and over the weekend, people are not going to have, nothing's going to be there. They're not doing nothing over the weekend, I'm telling you. The Trump administration is going to do nothing unless they absolutely have to. They have caused all this. This is insane. They're wiping everything out. This dude's coming like a wrecking ball. Jobs, everything else. People are like, oh, America. Screw you. Dumbasses, brainwashed out there, watching a police state getting ushered in while you protect pedos. Pisses me off. Oh, well, they're all going to get their karma at some point. It's all going to catch up to them when they realize they're living in a Gestapo cage in the end that their Gentile Messiah put them in. So New York, here you go. New York has already declared a state of emergency. It's beginning. So state of emergency in effect. That means that $65 million in state funds will be allocated for emergency food assistance to provide for 40 million meals statewide. Around 3 million people in the state get SNAP. So before they were saying, the federal government was saying, we're not paying for it. The state can pay for it. But if the state pays for it, they're not going to get a refund. We're not going to pay them back. And it's kind of like screwing over the state out of nowhere here. Big time. So, I don't know. Declaring emergency always unlocks mystery funds sitting over here. That's what it seems like anyway. And this chaos goes beyond that. They may fix the food stamp thing, but not everyone else getting paid. It's still a chaotic mess. And this means that air traffic controllers are not coming to work. There's a shortage, and it's snarling airports already. So yeah, this again, something that's already happening. It's already happening. Not about to, not next week or anything. It's happening. So people, I say these things and it just bounces off of them, but oh well. Some will find out the hard way when they don't listen. They go to take off Thanksgiving and everything's still a mess. And they just took it for granted that things are going to be the same. A shortage of air traffic controllers means delays and ground stops. Just canceled flights, period. If you got no one in a tower, flights aren't going nowhere. Okay? In Orlando, they issued a ground delay from 10 p.m. to 3 a.m. That whole window, delaying all inbound flights, all this. It's a whole huge window right there. Because no one was there for the towers. This is just the beginning, man. On Thursday, 14,000 air traffic controllers received their first $0 paycheck. Why is this even ran by the government that can screw you like this? Why isn't this independently owned and ran like any other business or something like that? Where they're getting paid. I mean, this shows you the government will screw you big time right here. I mean, yeah, I've reported on several different airports. LAX, yeah, shut down today because of this, as Spiro just said. And hold on, I got a list here. Hold on, I think. Oh, the Democrats whole thing hostage. They're demanding $1.5 trillion with a T in new spending.
Today, Senate Democrats will have their 8th chance to end this mess by passing our clean, nonpartisan continuing resolution, the government funding bill that would end all of this immediately. Over 3 weeks ago, the House passed that bill, and you all know the details of it. It is completely clean. There are no policy changes, no partisan riders, no gimmicks or tricks at all. All it does is keep the lights on at the current funding levels for a few extra weeks while we complete the normal appropriations process. Now compare that.
Look, dude, you better be clear in the chat when you're talking, because if it looks like you're sitting there talking and disrespecting, you know what's coming. So, let me go to this next one. I'm trying to keep it pushing here. Staffing shortages, high winds sparks flight delays across JFK, Newark, LaGuardia. There's just an update here. I'm going to refresh it maybe. All right. So it's caused disruptions here at New York City area airports. See JFK, Newark, LaGuardia, all those. And there's a map here of the latest U.S. flight delays and cancellations. And you can check this out on a site called Flight Aware. Okay, so look that up, Flight Aware. Google that. If you're looking into flights and you're wondering something's going to be delayed, have some traveling coming up. Yeah, so it's begun. That's all I can say is, as long as the government shut down, these chaotic things are going to continue. And air traffic controllers are asking for public donations as this drags on. So it's that bad. And I'm going to play this clip out of China. It shows the children lined up for the latest mandatory jab with a QR code. All right? Yeah. Look at them. All lined up. They get scanned, QR coded, and jabbed. Like clockwork. But the CCP does theirs. Check this out. Kentucky woman accidentally gets body parts delivered instead of her medication. Woman from Hopkinsville received a shocking delivery she opened the package and found the body parts. Opened it, and there was the body parts. Are you kidding me? Oh my gosh, dude. Yeah. Wild one for the day. Usually when somebody sends you like a finger in the mail or something, it's like ominous warning. Here's an update on P. Diddy. I told you this guy's working on a pardon. Once he's out, he's going to be out before Trump's term's over. And like Trump will probably give him the pardon, to wipe his record clean. Diddy just got transferred to FCI Fort Dix in New Jersey. This is where he's going to spend the next 2.5 years. That's right, because he's already been in for a year. Time's flying by. And he had a 4-year sentence. Basically, he's going to get out on good behavior within this next 2.5 years. You watch. If Trump pardons him before then, he'll be out sooner. So, yeah, he just got his new bunk and all this, which means he's in a new atmosphere. I don't know, new celly, I don't know what kind of condition they're holding him under right now. If, anyone's going to be close enough to put another knife to his neck. Because, this might be one of the reasons, right before he was moved out of this last facility, there was reports. At first, they said he was stabbed and sliced. There's all kind of misconstrued reports. But at the bottom of it, it was that he woke up and a dude basically was threatening him and had a blade to his neck. It basically was threatening. And, that's all that happened. Is what I got from it. But he's been moved. Now, when it comes to all the Epstein stuff, Trump calls it a hoax. Trash Patel says no one was ever escorted. They're both liars. Period. Bold liars. When you have Prince Andrew that has been completely chastised, has been completely cut off from the royal family, he now is Prince Andrew no more. Let me tell you, if Epstein was a hoax, and if there was no escorting Virginia Giuffre to Prince Andrew, no way in hell this happens. You don't find disruptions in cracks in the royal blood and family. It's all kept behind a curtain. Like this. This dude's getting they're throwing him under the bus. His name is Andrew Mountbatten Windsor. Andrew Windsor. Cast out to live in Norfolk. I never knew that. I always called him Prince Andrew. He's been cast out to live in Norfolk away from the royal family. Again, this does not happen unless they're convinced that he's guilty. They know he's guilty because they're guilty too. It didn't take a jury. It didn't take anything. Comment, say, open your eyes and look and see. The freaking royal family has already convicted him. You fools. And you want to say it's a hoax. Sweet man. I can't. It makes me wonder how many people have died because they held compromising stuff on Trump connected to all this. Because he's in such denial on all of it. And they've tried to distance himself on everything. And even here, Prince Andrew just came out swinging and basically was like, look, this dude's going down. And this is a huge humiliation for Andrew. There's no other way around it here.
Absolutely, Ellie, and I think it was certainly one that was going to happen. The question was, of course, was when. Now, I understand that the King over the last couple of weeks has been consulting a number of constitutional and legal experts to exactly what powers he has himself as sovereign without having to take up parliamentary time. There's been a lot of commentary, hasn't there, over the last couple of weeks that you'd need an act of parliament to remove the Duke of York title, but the King doesn't need to do that effectively. He is going to be, well, he has effectively given a royal warrant to the Lord Chancellor, David Lammy, to remove the Dukedom of York from the peerage roll. And a similar thing is going to be happening with the Prince title. And I keep wanting to call Prince Andrew, and of course he no longer is. He is simply Andrew Mountbatten Windsor, effectively a commoner. Now, this has not happened in living memory. In fact, it's not happened in modern history either. It's so unprecedented for a sovereign to do this to his own brother and remove a prince title. The closest thing that has happened in modern history was in...
So that's my point right there, is this has never happened. This is rare. Royal families don't do this. They don't make a scene out of anything that makes them look dumb or stupid at all. And if somebody gets caught doing something, this is what happens. You get the cord cut, you get kicked out of the castle, you get your freaking rank yanked, all of it. You get it all, like, taken. Like, that's mad hate from the king right now to his brother. It's like, you dumbass. You're a fool for getting caught. Like, how dare you? Like, they were trying to take all this away from us. And they caught you, was able to get you, to blackmail you, you idiot. But guess what? Like, we're done with you. Like, they're not going to get us. Like, we didn't participate. Like, they don't have us. We weren't foolish enough to participate. You got caught. Like, they all do devilish stuff. It's just the fact that he got caught. That's it. That is it. That's all it is. The fact that he got caught. If he wouldn't have got caught, it wouldn't be nothing said. Like, none of this be going on out here. Like, because they do devilish deeds all day long, too. And yeah, and he's evicted from his 30-room Royal Lodge mansion, as well as they put it here.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
I'm not even playing this Nigel's Club. Keep pushing. Comey seeking a dismissal from indictment. I don't know if he'll get it, but he's seeking it. And again, I got so much lined up here. Some of these I'm just going to try to touch on. Keep on pushing. This is, they're talking about Mamdani, and I think this is worth it. You need to pay attention to what's happening in New York. They're bringing in this socialist mouthpiece that they're planting a seed. And if they overtake New York and all that, like, dude, this is insane. Like, this is crazy. That people are just sitting back. Are there no patriots in New York? Like, where you at? Any gangsters? Like, anybody, anyone, anywhere? Anyone not see that this is a problem? Or is, again, everybody just cowering? No one want to do anything. Because this dude, come Tuesdays, they're saying he's going to get elected.
To see you. You took issue with one of the words that Mamdani's mother used there. What was it, and why do our viewers need to understand why it may be very problematic?
Laura, thanks for having me. Look, Mamdani's mother has showed the deep hatred she and her family have against America. She said, "My son is a Desi, not a Farang." That means my son is Indian, not a Farang. That is a racially divisive slur against an outsider, against a foreigner. Oh. It is vile, and it's against the American people. She is saying he's not American. And Mamdani has shown that time and time again as he has stood with the co-conspirator, unindicted, of the 1993 World Trade Center bombing. And he continues to stand with his good friend, Pikar, who said, Americans deserved the 9/11 bombings. I mean, it is so racially divisive, and they have refused to say they're American. They've refused to show that gratitude. It's appalling, Laura.
Yeah, we have to go. I'm sorry, we have to take...
we gotta go. I'm actually a man. Like, get out of here. Like, Vance calls for slowing down legal immigration at Turning Point USA event. This piece of work. I can't stand him. I can't stand him. I can't stand him. I can't stand him. And this whole thing over Charlie Kirk and everything, everything that went down is like, I was scrolling on my thing and I was about to say it was a ritual and I looked at the word ritual. It's a satanic ritual at Kanye West concert. It is. I have a piece that I should probably share and show you guys because it's pretty important here. Tied into this whole thing of Charlie Kirk. It is right here. Hold on, let me get it pulled up. Again on the X feed. So here's Erica, tight leather jeans, Kirk. That has some very weird things to say about JD Vance and then hugs him in a way that no married man should be touching another woman. Full body contact, even private parts in the body, like full everything in her hand placement and everything else. This was all done strategic. Okay?
No one will ever replace my husband. No. But I do see some similarities of my husband in JD and Vice President JD Vance. I do. And that's why I'm so blessed to be able to introduce him tonight, because he understands the fight that we're up against, and he can articulate that in a way that transcends. He's an amazing man. No one will ever replace my husband.
He's an amazing man, and I don't know, where's the image? I don't know. It has to be a different post. There's an image that has her hugging him, and I thought I tweeted it out. And it basically shows off what I'm trying to tell you here. About the whole body language and everything else. But I think this whole thing, massive psyop, obviously, when it comes to the whole Charlie Kirk thing, and like they're going around, they're doing these speeches in all these places, and just like there, like she's introducing JD Vance, and it's like this whole Turning Point thing. It's now become like they're, I don't know. It was nothing like this before. I mean, it was something when Charlie was alive, but it's like something different now. It's like on steroids, and like they've put way more into it now than they did when Charlie was even around, obviously. Well, I guess I don't have it on there. I guess not. Could have swore I had it tweeted out, but there's an image out there of her basically holding him, like hugging him, like inappropriately, like by far in front of like everybody, and it's like obviously on purpose. What? Jay from Deville, thank you. Just got an image. Walmart, brother basically went into Walmart and they took all the food and like they're playing hide and seek with it, they said. Like everything's like bare and like empty. Spiro, you're on it, man. Appreciate it, brother. Like that's here. I'm gonna scroll down below this. Hopefully these are like, yeah, see how his hands, the hands on her waist, and again, full body contact in her hand behind his head, like there, like all this, like the hand placement, all kinds of people were flipping about all this. Like, that's just not right. And the way she spoke him up, and I don't know, man. It's just, people are through this easily. Like, dude, that's just not even it's not right. This whole thing isn't right. And she's a bad actor. I've seen actors. I watched a clip of a woman that oh, that's AI right there. I seen an actor say that she's a bad actor. Like, she's trying to act, and like a good actor just does things naturally. It makes it seem natural. And how a bad actor gets out there and really try to sell it with facial expression and body movements, and that she's crappy at it. I don't know. Whole Charlie Kirk psyop. It's what it is. It went from the Charlie Kirk shooting, Charlie Kirk assassination, Charlie Kirk event, to just the Charlie Kirk psyop. And look, JD Vance is using Turning Point now as like his baby. He calls for slowing down legal immigration at this event. Look at him blasted on the stage in the background. Like, this is like, they've hijacked this whole thing. This is as close as he's going to come to having a movement like Trump. Do you understand? Can't you see it? This is his time. This is that moment. They've literally hijacked this whole thing. That's how I see this now. This is his baby. All these crowds, Turning Point. This is how Trump was still going, doing rallies and everything. They have to do this because JD Vance is never going to match Trump. His charisma, everything. They're doing everything they can here to make this happen. That's for sure. Obvious to me. Freaking sellouts, man. Claws, more like it. Scary hands, yeah. So they're apparently planning another No Kings kind of mobilization at the White House. But if it's going to be anything like all the Grand Tifas that showed up, it won't be much. Keep pushing here. Where are we at? We're already at 11. Like, we're definitely going over. I try to get it wrapped up here within this half hour frame here. Definitely going past top of the hour here tonight. I'll play a couple clips of Kamala, and I'm gonna tell you, Vance, she drops the F-bomb several times here, just real quick. Like, so, like, cover your ears if you don't want to hear the F-bombs, but she's dropping them. Over the whole ballroom thing.
Are you fucking kidding me? This guy wants to create a ballroom for his rich friends while completely turning a blind eye to the fact that babies are going to starve when the SNAP benefits end in just hours from now? Come on. So I'm not going to be distracted by, oh, does the guy have a big fucking hammer? What about those babies?
Don't give a damn about them babies, biatch. I'm sorry, I had to. I'm sorry. Please. Sorry. Technically, as I always say, bitch isn't a cuss word. Female dog can eat, but another hour, let's go. Hey, Steve, much love, brother. Kamala, man, she's just a character, man. A ball, yeah, Jay from the Ville. You're right. You're right. The ballroom. It's not ball. It's like a baseball. It's ball, like BAAL, like ball, like they're worshiping. Ball. You see, it's the ballroom. You see now? Man, bro, that's for real. That was a good one. So here she is again saying that she thinks voting age, and hopefully without cuss words, it should be 16. I'm just going to play peace.
I think we should reduce voting age to 16. I'll tell you why. So, Gen Z. There you
Not doing it. I'm not going to put you through the torture. You heard what she said. 16. So that's what they're pushing for now. The Dems can be pushing for 16. Okay? Meantime, the police state's getting rolled out around you. Trump administration expands facial recognition across the board. They got a multi-million-dollar contract that rolled out here with Clearview AI. Man, the police state is here. This goes on and on and on and on and on about all the money being spent, DHS, how it's all being rolled out, ICE. There's going to be a whole new app here for ICE to track people, biometrics and everything. I'm telling you, this is the framework to track purebloods and all Americans is what this is going to be. It's all being brought to you by Trump. Doge team at the Pentagon urgently trying to overhaul our drone program. They're asking for like 30,000 more drones in the coming months. That's quick. All of a sudden. For what? Something is going to happen in the coming months. It's all right there. You can feel it. They're positioning visions. Thank you for that to the fullest. Look, there's going to be a day, whether I live to see it or not, and it may be how I die. I don't know. But I know they will have drones crisscrossing this place. They already do. I sit out here at night and we see. I've been watching some craziness. Let me catch some other stuff. I have some madness out here. And I associate it with drones. It's either drone or UFO. And some of it's been so quick. Like when we've been outside that like I ain't even have my phone on me. And it's happened so quick that like you weren't going to catch it anyway. But I need to like capture something and show you what's happening out here. Like I'm witnessed what looks like one ball of light break into multiple. It will look like one big bright shiny light one evening after the show. Went in here and I watched it break into multiple pieces, and these things take off flying in different directions, and they seem to go out in pairs of two in different directions, and two of them came right out over top me. And they're not planes because I can hear the plane. I can hear any plane that goes by, even if it's way up there. You can still, where I'm at, I can hear it. I can hear everything. I can hear everything, and you couldn't hear it. And I knew it was a drone. And the way the lights flash on it are different. They're weird, man. And the one we saw the other night, we only saw one like this the other night. It shot across half the sky in a second and stopped and turned around and went back the other way. And we both saw it. Me and my wife, and she saw it right as I was looking up. She's like, "Oh my God." We both seen it. And like, it was just one of them things that happened so quick. I still sit here and I replay it in my mind. I'm like, dog, like, bro, like that was no plane. That was no normal drone. That thing moved so quick. And then turn around, went the other way in a blink of a dime. That like, what you call it? The only other classification is UFO, UAP, but like this sucker, it was like red and it like moved. And like it didn't have the flashing lights. If it did, it was moving so quick, the whole thing happened so quick. I didn't see anything flashing. These other ones, they move slower and traverse across the sky. They have flashers. You could see the flashing lights on them. And I swear they were taking different shapes. Watch, I'm gonna capture some of this stuff and share it. Time magazine honoring Trump with the horns. Of course. Orange man with horns. So, all this talk about war, potential World War III, you know, the Ukraine crap never ever settled. I get sick of it, be honest with you. But Trump says that we're going to resume nuclear tests. It's kind of like an open threat. It's kind of like saying, all right, China wanted to do this stuff. Russia just launched all these tests. Then we're going to do it. And he's basically saying that if they want to do it, then we got to do it. So it's kind of a tit for tat thing there. It looks like Ukraine is about to receive $2 billion more in U.S. weapons in the coming months. So do you think it's over? They're still pumping stuff into it, letting Tomahawk slip in there, approving $2 billion more in weapons in the coming months. Like, you know, I will say this is a plus. Nearly 100,000 young men flee Ukraine in 2 months when they loosen the restrictions. Because, dude, they've been snatching these dudes up. And, like, they're kidnapping them. It's what it is. It's kidnapping. I've got the clips, man. It's sad. They're kidnapped and they're shipped off to die. You know, in a war. It's pointless. And we've got basically the Belgian minister calling for Moscow to be wiped off the map. And the Kremlin basically saying, you better watch your mouth. You can get it next. Basically, in so many words. Then a mystery blast strikes inside of Russia. Hits a artillery ammo plant. Kills a couple dozen people. They didn't say for sure, you know, what caused this? They just know a massive explosion went off. Normally, if it's by drone or anything else, they track them. They can see them coming in. There's video. Something like that. But, yeah, and out of all this, if you guys missed it on the last one, Zelensky has become a top 10 landowner in America. It's just insane. He bought, I forget the name of the ranch. There's a certain ranch he bought, but it's a ton of land he bought here in the United States. The company that he owns, it's nuts, man. This whole thing is a game. It's a charade. But Putin invites journalists to watch thousands of trapped Ukrainian troops that are encircled. He basically says, come watch your mouth. We've got these guys surrounded. We kill them in a second. We don't want to kill them. Like, we want this thing over. And like, by over, we're keeping all the land that we took. I don't see how anyone can say anything different. And Putin offers to extend a new START program with Trump as an offer of goodwill. So he is making that move. And this is kind of a charade. I don't ever think that Russia and the United States are ever at war. I think it's just part of a global play on the people, to be honest with you. Because you can't have wars without it. The war machines both sell a ton of war equipment. It's a racket. We all know it. And it's only possible if they're enemies. It would never work if they were buddies. It would have never worked up to this point. But there's going to come a close to all this in a moment in time in history where they try to stop all these wars and this false peace and all this other crap comes into play. And you're going to see things happen that maybe people didn't expect. You can see here, Italy And this is Rome. This is the Jesuits. They're admitting Ukraine will not be able to reclaim all of its territories seized by Russia. That, like, the far eastern parts that they've got, like, they're gone. Kiss them goodbye. Like, they're halfway through your country right now. Like, they're on the doorstep. They could have took Kiev, I'd say, if they wanted. They just keep surrounding troops, and, like, it's a pointless war. It's a pointless war where young men are kidnapped, sent to the front line to just get torn apart, and there's no advancement ever for Ukraine. It's not like they stand a chance. They're getting all the missiles, all the artillery, all everything that they need given to them by all the other countries, and they still can't pull it off. Okay? They're just getting it handed to them. It needs to be over. And mark my words, when this one ends, you know who will step in, the Prince of Peace, Trump, and get the accolade for doing it. Yep. Oh, if you missed it, Russia has successfully tested and rolled out the tsunami bomb. Now, I've talked about this for some years. In 2018, Putin actually officially mentioned it. Well, now they're saying that the tests have been done and it's ready to rock. This is a nuclear torpedo capable of unleashing radioactive 50-foot, 100-foot tall waves on a city, on a coastal city. Sounds like the stuff of movies, but it's the real deal. Okay? This Poseidon is just the latest in weaponry. They're basically, it's an open threat to the United States. That's where it would be used. Well, I mean, give me a break. Who else would it be used against? Definitely against the East Coast of the United States, in my opinion, or West Coast. It would seem the East Coast to be the target, though. You know, New York City, the money, you fold your money up, and there's two towers smoking. But you can also fold your money up. What is it, the $100 bill? And there's a wave of water crashing in on the city. That is the one thing that has not happened yet, that your money is prophesized. It's telegraphy. It's there for a reason, I'm telling you. It will be the end of it. Like the towers coming down, signaled a window of time, open, it changed everything. So will this. If NYC or any major city gets hit with a tsunami of that proportion, and it's the only way it's going to happen. Quakes, it's big quakes just don't hit on the East Coast like that to generate tsunamis like that. That we've seen. Just don't have that activity. New York City would get hit with a tsunami bomb. But that would be war, not peace. And it's not just Russia that has this type of weapon. Like anybody can creep up, I feel, out there off the coastline and try to do something. They're not going to stop it. Submarine creeps up. I mean, I don't know, man. It's all a show. You can sit here and talk about all the capabilities the United States has to stop all this and that, but it didn't stop 9/11, did it? No, it didn't. When things are written in the stars and they're planned and staged, okay, they're going to happen. And it's all about New York. Let's stop and think about something. Hold up. Hold up. You're right. I swear, like it just beamed a whole thing into my brain about New York City. Like, it's destined. Like, everything. All right, 9/11. They tell it from cartoons like Beavis and Butthead and Simpsons to movies to the passport, the ID of Neo's passport and Matrix. Like, all of it. They telegraphed Blind 11 thoroughly and folding up your money. Guess what else they have telegraphed? Listen, this is serious. This is on the same plane of thinking. They are a cult. The occult operate in certain ways. They telegraph in advance what they're going to do because it's part of what has to happen. It's part of the rules. If there's one city, that has been blown up, destroyed, escaped from NYCs, attacked by aliens, by zombies, Will Smith style, World War Z, that's been destroyed by State Puft Marshmallow Man. If there's been one city that has been telegraphed, been wiped out than any other in any movies, it is NYC. And you know it. Not one comes close. I just rifled off a handful, and it's just right there. It's done. Like, they've telegraphed it. They've shown it. It wasn't Chicago every time. Wasn't LA every time. Wasn't Dallas every time. It's NYC every time. Oh, yeah. It's coming. And it will signify symbolically the fall of America. Sure will. Day after tomorrow. I mean, people are just going to go searching now. I mean, you will not find another city that's been destroyed in movies more than New York City. Take it to the bank. It's coming. "9/11 was not some Osama bin Laden hiding in a cave, and you know this now. The next event won't be who they blame either. It'll be the same old bad guys that did it. The same old hand that did it. And they telegraphed it this whole time, and you know it. And some of us, we've picked up on it. Thankfully. Stay far and wide. Far away from NYC. I'm ever up that way again. Like, I don't even think I'm entering the city. Like, I'm gonna stay over in Hoboken. I'm just gonna see it from afar. That's where it's beautiful. The most beautiful anyway. Seeing the city from afar. Seeing all the lights and all that. Like, I don't need to go in that mix. I don't need to go into Gotham. So, look, some of these are just not even worth me touching on here. I'll end with where we at? I guess I'm gonna keep on pushing here. Trump says that we're not gonna look. It's a flip flop constantly.
Force
on the stuff. They hit another boat. I'm not even gonna play a clip. They hit another boat, like the 14th now. They just keep blowing these boats up. We don't know who's on them. We really don't. I'd like to see some names. I'm not down for just smoking dudes in boats in the ocean. They could be fishermen or be anyone. I'm down for due process. I'm down for getting your lazy asses out there and stopping the boat. Like Coast Guard or anybody else would at gunpoint, getting on the boat, seizing all the goods, seizing the guys, putting them not inhumanely, just murdering people. You don't know who's on that boat. What if there's kidnapped people on that boat? Children. Trafficked humans. Just one is an innocent person. Just one. But you don't care about that, do you, beast? Beast don't care about that. Beast loves killing innocents. Loves smoking it. It's murder. It's what it is. And they got boats, they got gas, they got guns. They can go out there and they can apprehend these people instead of smoking them like this, because I ain't liking it. It's straight up murder. And a docile MACA is just sitting back watching it. You just wait until they put Newsom in their AOC and they turn the tables and all this stuff. You want to talk about how civil war will erupt? That dude's happening right in front of your face. But you ain't listening. Nobody's just wanting entertainment, man. Nobody's ready to spend spend time getting ready. I'm witnessing a new war about to pop off right in front of us. Matter of days or even hours. Isn't that what the title says? Matter of days and even hours. And I'll tell you tonight, GPS jamming is all along Venezuela and around Caracas. It's spreading all the way out into the Caribbean. I put out images on X. You can see that something's going on. Now, some were saying, oh, it's about to go down. U.S. military's, they're about to make a move. But then others were like, well, look, Venezuela's got this capability too. And they could be doing it to counter jam anything in the area. Because like the word is they're about to dump. And look, they asked Trump if he was going to do this, if he was going to strike. And he said, no, we're not. No, we're not going to strike him. And it's just like, dude, he's like lying. Like you can tell by his, you could just tell by his way he was saying it. Like, and it was like he wanted you to know he was lying. Like, but for the record, he's not going to tell you what they're about to do. Right? It can happen tonight. I'm serious. It can happen tonight. Like the next 24 hours, like the strikes begin. The strikes have already begun. Whether it's boats out in the water or moving to land, does it really make a difference at this point? We all know what you're doing. You know, they tried to act like they weren't doing this at first, but then all of a sudden they were like, oh yeah, we're going for regime change. And he even said in that last video, we're looking at land now, we're going in. Like, dude, shut up. Like, he flip-flops more than anybody, ever. He'll say whatever to please whoever, whenever, however. Look, right here, he says no land attacks, but what he says affects the markets. Okay? So what that dumped the price of oil when he said this. Okay? And on the opposite, with war, it spikes it. Okay, so let me just tell you this. When they start putting up NOTAMs and no-fly zones in areas like Puerto Rico, like they just did tonight, like, dude, it's about to go down. Like, you're witnessing large-scale GPS jamming over the whole region from Puerto Rico across the Caribbean into Caracas, into Venezuela, the whole area under a massive blanket of GPS jamming. Now a NOTAM for this specific strip here where we have national defense airspace assets sitting. What that means out here over this water, what this means, what we got sitting there, I don't know. We got something special. And they're stopping anyone from going through here.
The next step.
Oh yeah. Here he is talking, looking at land strikes on Venezuela. Just so you know, play this clip.
This war on cartels, and are you considering options? Are you considering strikes on land?
Well, I don't want to tell you exactly, but we are certainly looking at land now because we've got the sea very well under control. We've had a couple of days where there isn't a boat to be found. And that, I view that as a good thing, not a bad thing. But we had tremendous amounts coming in by boats, by very expensive boats. You know, they have a lot of money, very fast, very expensive boats that were pretty big. And the way you look at it is every boat that we knock out, we save 25,000 American lives. So every time you see a boat and you feel badly, you say, wow, that's rough. It is rough, but if you lose 3 people and save 25,000 people, these are people that are killing our population.
Okay, that's a good sales pitch. Makes a lot of sense. Sounds great coming from the world's best salesman here, but like, I ain't buying it. Mr. No Humanity, Mr. No Due Process, Mr. Warp Speed, Mr. Gentile Messiah. I mean, like, you're just smoking dudes. Actually, it's Hegseth and them down there, but Trump's watching it all on drone. He's watching it on camera. That's all they do. They sit there in their offices and they watch all this action live. It's sickening. They're watching it in real time like it's a video game. Yeah. Just like Obama and Hillary and them did in Libya. Remember? They were caught doing it. So he's doing the same thing for sure. Any visuals that they've got, of course, the commander-in-chief overseeing the stuff. In the last clip, he said no strikes. Well, what did he just start with this one? He's like, I don't want to tell you what we're going to do, you know, obviously. So he's not going to say anything else from here, right? He shouldn't. You strategically shouldn't, unless he wants to put out a lie to head fake, which would be no strikes, like he said. Which would be a lie, which would be a head fake, which would be what he should technically do. For real, if you're talking tactics here in military, he should be acting like nothing's going to happen and give them, if they're watching and listening, which they are, and putting feelers out there, they're thinking, oh, Trump just said that no strikes are coming, so you could sleep easy tonight. Like, that's what they want you to think. These dirty dogs, man. So, look, this is the new big thing that's about to pop off. Is this war? I can't stress it enough. It's gonna change things. Attacks are gonna happen here. I've been saying it for months now. And as soon as they start these strikes, the blowback begins here. It's the only way that they can get back. Strike back will be that way. They don't stand a chance against the military down there that's slipped in and CIA covert all over the place, best weapons, best everything that's hitting them. So what are they going to do? What's easiest for them? They've got people here and it's already planned. You already know it. They're going to start launching their attacks here, whatever those consist of. Taking people hostage, running people over, blowing vehicles up, chopping heads off. I don't know. But probably a combination of all of it. And it will be nonstop. It will be ramped up. And it will be more excuse to use these strike teams. Let's get something clear here. The ICE teams are rolled out across the country to go after the migrants. Okay? That's that. These National Guard quick response teams that they just ordered up to be ready to go by January. Okay? 500 from every state ordered, have to be ready within 24 hours to be able to locate anywhere. They have to have a certain number ready to be at a location within 8 hours. Like firemen. Like, you get the call, you're going. And why are they making these task force strike teams to go across the country using our boys and gals? For civil disturbances, civil unrest. Do you think they know something? Oh, yeah, they know. Something is about to happen. This is the most police state this country has ever looked. And every patriot around should be ashamed. They should be at least voicing concern, shouting out on social media, not over here cock-riding Trump and sharing all your pics with them and all this other stuff. And just, it's pathetic. Some of the guys I thought were the biggest patriots out here throughout these years turn out to be the biggest duds and disappointments. And damn well, you just call them a Fed. I don't care if you're a former Marine, you're a big old vet, and all this other stuff. I don't care. You're a fraud. You don't ride for the people. You ain't here riding. You ain't training them. You ain't riding for them. You're just worried about making money and taking the safe way out. You ain't calling them out for being pedos. None of your tweets are you doing it. Nowhere to be found. None of these issues. And you know it. And it's disgusting. It's disappointing. It's the truth. And you know who you are. there ain't no cavalry coming to the rescue. It's on you. And a salute to the real riders out there, the real ones, the real vets, the real patriots, the real, you know who you are. But boy, oh boy, you've got some social media warriors out here that's all they care about. They don't care about. If you thought that they were going to be the ones, the cavalry showing up to save the day and help, you learn from me. I've been screwed over by so many out here. And I ask God, remove the demons from around me. And he did. And he replaced them with some righteous guys. Good people. And the evil fell away. God is good. You got to believe. You got to have the eyes to see. You got to fight this fight for real. You can't just sit there and bump on a log. I'd be ashamed. I'd be embarrassed. If I died, went before God, oh, well, I'm going to die. We're all going to die. Go before God. I instantly would be thinking of what? All the things you did wrong. All the things you should have done. Like, I'm already shown it. I'm like shown it in advance. It's like shown to me repeatedly. You don't want to be over here regretting, disappointing the Creator. No, I don't. That's why I do this. That's why I do everything. I try to hopefully find one of you out there, someone, at least one soul, that maybe never believed because of whatever reason, but like know that there is a Creator. There is a good. And I honestly think the best way to show someone this, that's like atheist even, is not to like Bible thump them, but like to start with basic things. And there's a level of intelligence that has to come with this, but there's basic things, man. Like with science, there's an opposite to everything. And like, what do you call someone murdering someone every day? And give all the examples of the evils of this world, which you know are real. Well, scientifically, there's an opposite to everything. These are facts. So unless you want to start denying science fact, when you see that there's a mirror to every atom and there's an opposite, now apply that to what I just told you. There has to be an opposite of all this evil. There has to be a good guy. There has to be. And that should make you smile. That should give you hope, because there has to be by default. Whether they lie to you about his name, existence, none of that matters. What matters is that you know, and you know it fully in your heart. Just as simple as the fact I just gave you. It's real. And this is light and dark. Even in the occult, it's split between the light and the dark. Okay? The yin and the yang, as I look down, it's a perfect representation. We are that little bit, that remnant of white, of light in the darkness, is what we are here. It's exactly what we are. But there's also a whole other side of the yin yang where it's all white with very little evil. And that's where I want to be, not on this side. You feel me? I want to be in a place where the good is of abundance. Not just the little remnant stuck on this evil island. Like, you feel me? Like, yeah, you can't trust the false idols, for sure. Pushed by the beast. And I mean, that's all around you everywhere. What should I do here? What should I do here? It's either I shut the stream down or I talk about more of this, what everyone asked me to always speak about, the spiritual and the history stuff. Checking the chat here, seeing what you guys are saying. Just takes me a second here to get caught up. Keep going, Jay said. All right. That's what I need to see. All right. Well, I'll touch on this. I had this lined up just in case this happened. It's a PDF connected with all the goods to it. It's a CIA document that covers basically. I know you guys have heard of the remote viewing and things of that nature. And hold on one second. Let me fix this cable here. Mic check. Get the volume up there. Keep going. Okay. Mic check. It's a loose cable. You got to wrap this thing around. I don't know if it ends up making a noise for you guys, but something you can hear a static noise. I was trying to stop it there. So this is talking about a manual, and I'll just go from the top. It's 1983. Shoulder pads are high, hair's high, and somewhere deep within the corridors of the CIA, a few serious-looking men in polyester suits are asking themselves, what if we could leave our bodies on purpose and go spy on everyone through the astral plane? Thus was born the Gateway Process, a top-secret attempt to weaponize meditation. And this is, I mean, you want to talk about MK Ultra and all the stuff out there. I thank you, everybody, for all that feedback. The left hemisphere of the brain has a conscious grid. It acts like the mind's computer software to reduce input from the right hemisphere. So basically what this does, and I know about this, and just long story short, what you can do is you can bring people in, and this is why brainwashing people and like hypnotizing people and all this stuff is very real. Anyone that's why they say trauma-based MK Ultra works best. What you can do is anyone that has high emotional responses, okay, there's a fan running in the back, but thank you. Nothing I can do about that. But what this does is it basically says, it breaks down the science so you can understand how this works, okay? To get someone into this meditative trance-like state, you need to equalize both hemispheres of the brain. So the way that they do this, the way that they found to do this most effectively is to get a subject to come in, strap some headphones on them, and what you do is you play two different tones of different frequencies that they can hear that are different but close. And what this does is this eventually the mind and the receptors and everything work even this out to one sound, okay, to equal out is basically what does it. And what it ends up doing is it equals out the left and the right hemisphere of the conscious mind. This gives them a chance to attach things. This is almost like when you get somebody that's hypnotized, and then a person's telling them all these things, and then they snap them out of the thing, and all of a sudden they do these things. Like, all that's real. Sometimes I know it's faked, but like it's a real thing. Hypnotism and all this stuff is very real. Possession's real. Astral projection is real. These are key things. And I'm going to tell you that, like, I haven't mastered it, but this has happened to me in this life. And it's not something that I can control, or at least not yet. But it's happened to me a couple of times in this life. And the best way that I can describe it to you is being like dead, dying. And I kept thinking that that's what was about to happen to me after it happened. To be honest with you. But you leave and you're flying. You're out of the body. And you can see everything below you. Everything around you. You can see the yard, the house, you can see everything. It's like floating and flying. And that was the most tremendous thing to me, because even in my dreams, or even like right now, I would love to fly like a bird. I'd love to float. That'd be one of the greatest things to do. And you actually do this. And you're conscious and you're aware of all of it and everything, and it's real time. The craziest part is it's real time. So if it's like a rooster crowing and the neighbors next door while you're astral projecting, like your body in bed could hear it, but like you can hear it. It's a hard thing to explain, man. You almost have to experience it. But again, I kept thinking afterwards that like it was, I was like, whoa, dude, like what happened? Because I wasn't trying. It took me a while to process it. I kept thinking that like something was showing me I was about to die and like leave my body. But that wasn't what it was. And when it happened again, then I couldn't control it. It was kind of like a reminder, like, yo, like there's more to this stuff. Like, I'm like, wow, okay. But I couldn't control it. All I know, though, is to seek the kingdom of God within. And I will tell you this. Like, I have something with me. I've said it before with dead people. They come to me in my dreams, whatever dreams are, wherever they're at. And I'm in heavy conversation with dead people. It happens all the time. On like a kooky, weird level. To be honest with you. But it happens, and I can't control it either. And I always want to go back into it. Always. When you're having a conversation with someone that's passed on, and you wake up, and you are holding on to it still, you just want to go back in, and it's not how it works. Oh my God! I looked up at the word work as I said that. That's a synchronicity. It gave me goosebumps. But see, this is how this whole thing works. Throughout my days, every day, almost every single day, I will see 1111, 111, 222, 323, 444, whatever it is. I see it. It's like it's a given. It's the other side. It's the good guys, like telling me to keep on pushing. I'm trying to like tell you and show you how this works. There is a realm here, an ether. They're in it. The spirits are in it, obviously, and there's a whole hierarchy. There's a whole way that it works, and there's good guys in it, and they can get their messages through. They can do work just as well as the demons. You have to believe, because if not, then why are they to waste their time on you? We were told to live a certain way here, to function a certain way, and if we did, God would hear us. Did you hear what I just said? It's pretty simple. So many people are doing like Aleister Crowley said, do as thou will. Every day, they're not living the way they asked you to. Because if you lived the way they asked you to, you would raise your vibration. I say it sounds so cliche, but you would raise your vibration and it would change you. And when you are a higher entity and your job is just to look for that higher vibration, to see who's actually listening, then that's all you're looking for is the higher vibration. All the rest is getting missed. Do you want to get missed? It's time to align and raise your chrism, your oil of gladness. This is the way out. It is in. This is the secret of secrets. And they surely don't want everyone to know it. It's what Jesus embedded in every allegory. It's what's encoded within everything. Overcoming this place. It's coded everywhere, in almost every passage. This process of mastering the wickedness that's here, of mastering all your senses, of all the temptation that gets put upon you. Really, this is how this place works. Like, I need to take this a step further. I told you I'm about to switch this whole game up. He's calling me to do it. I'm about to switch this whole schedule up. And I don't know when, but this is going to be the goal. It may take months, a couple months in the next year. I don't know. It may happen quick. I don't know. But like, I'm going to start going live on Saturdays for a Sabbath stream. Probably exclusively on Rumble. And I'll switch my streams up to Sunday, Tuesday, Thursday, 3 times a week still. And I will not be live during the Sabbath that begins at sundown and lasts about the day on Saturday till sundown. And you'll see me exercise the way it should be. That's how real this is. Because something's watching. Someone's watching. And I'm not about to disappoint. And I'm not about to be staying knowing my conscience is telling me, well, you know, W, you're live right now on the Sabbath. And I'm like, I know. But then the voice tells me that, but you're doing good. And see, that's what's permitted and told me on the Sabbath. If a woman's having a baby, a doctor is allowed, is permitted to go do his job because it's for the good on the Sabbath. See, I've looked into all this. You're not to sit there if you're a doctor and do clerical work, but if something is needed for the good and your services are provided for that, then that is that is righteous on this day. But it's all about a day of rest and being with God and the Most High and acknowledging it. I mean, we're slaves, are we not? You know we are. Everybody's a slave here. Like, you actually gave you a day off by command. So you can work your 6 days. But just like me, like, take off that 7th and keep it holy. It doesn't ask of a whole lot. So when something's looking down here, looking over everything on this day and this time, that's why I'm speaking on it now. Because it's all that matters. I'm telling you, something higher is watching. And when you start to adjust, you will feel it. It's all that's left to be done. You got to find the way out. The keys have been hidden, and I found some keys, and I've also been told not to cast my pearls amongst swine. And again, this is why it won't go down here. I won't deep dive on this platform. It'll be on Rumble exclusively. Smaller crowd for sure, but that's why it's a remnant. And that's how it's going to be. Okay, so you know. There's so much more to this, and it needs to be talked about, the true history and where we sit right now, that it's that time. It's just that time. I ain't promised tomorrow. I'm getting in this work before I check out. I hope. Look, these demons are creeping up on me out here in the middle of nowhere all the time. They get me at any moment, and they're coming up armed, at least with knives, unsure with guns, right to my house. I ain't never want to kill nobody in this life. Never. So, that's just for the record. So he comes up in here trying to kill me. They ain't stealing nothing. So what's left? I was telling you, man. Get right before it's over. You never know when it's going to be over, man. That's the main message. Do something righteous today. If anything, just do something righteous. Look, as always, I'll look to be back here for the next one. God willing, as I always say. If the Lord doesn't return in the coming days, I'll see you here next time for some Underground World News Live. And a much love and God bless. Get the shout outs here on the way out, man. Paul Panda, and there's so much more. On all of this, I can speak deep for a while. And like, I promise you, what's about to come out of me, it's gonna peel some cap back, man. It's gonna blow some minds. I've been sitting on this for a long time, waiting for the right moment. It's about that time. Again, when everything switches up, the exclusive will be over on Rumble. Much love. God bless y'all. Thank you, Spiro, Jay, all the mods. Much love, everybody. In the legendary Eon, with 7 coffins. I tell you what, brother. Wish I could buy you a drink, a dinner. Shake your hand, all of you. Time's short, man. Much love, God bless. If I don't see you in the flesh, I see you on the flip side. And thank you, Steve. Much love. Think you wake up. It's all good, Rich. I'm gonna sit here for another hour or two, my wheels just spinning all the time. Much love. God bless y'all. Thank you, Deanne, for everything. I mean, I would, but yeah, 3 hours is my max, man. I gotta keep it 3 hours or less, man. Much love.